Hello, welcome back to session 94. Is that right? Of our Pathfinder second edition campaign?
That's
I
what I
think it's
got.
session 94. Yeah, okay, cool. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good, cool. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? Does anyone want to recap what happened last session? For Joanne was asking. I can also go over some bits.
So
I
we
don't.
were gonna cut off Hagen going
Yep.
to Vesh's prison to hopefully kill, but were concerned that he was not gonna succeed in killing and actually just release Vesh. We
Yep.
teleported over, and went to cut them off, but he'd already been kind of captured by a couple of people that were with him of
Hang on.
Narsamel's employ. They took
Yeah, a
the
couple
book.
of brass order
Yeah,
cultists.
they fucked us up quite a bit. Uh, took the book, and one of them fled.
Oh, they both fled.
They both fled. We just did with the
It was you were
golden
just
thing.
with the whatever that skelly boy that was attacking you was.
Yeah, they took the book and ran, but Hagen's pretty sure he knows what's in the book already. So we thought, well, we either do this now, or it's swarming with more of those brass order people who we struggled against just them. So let's go while they're not here. And now we're here. And there's some ice and a guy with some stuff on him.
Amazing. Yeah, perfect. 10 out of 10. So when you entered the tomb or the prison of Vesh, you came across um, a a room where the floor is entirely made out of ice, somewhat translucent, so you can see a fair bit down and see that it actually goes far, far below you before disappearing into the darkness. Maybe 200 feet, 250, 300, who knows? And the ice seems thick, unbreakable. It would take you weeks to mine through it with a pickaxe, potentially, by tunneling down there. But at the other end of the cavern is a fallen warrior of some sort, which Nyx identified as a royal guard of some sort of the Age of Gods, who has, although his body is has rotted away, leaving nothing but a skeleton. You see pretty well kept clothes on him, as well as a blue amulet around his neck. And just before we finished up last time, you were to step forward and investigate the amulet. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Hanera, do you want to do a perception check for me as you step forward?
Yeah. I was gonna do like a magic item check. So. Blue. 22.
22. You step forward. The blue amulet seems to cast a glow over the entire cavern, the entire room, reflecting off the ice. It seems to be kind of concave in shape, almost as if it's maybe it could be considered like a. It looks like a glass lens of some sort, and it has writing on the inside of it. As you kind of step forward and investigate, the writing begins to glow, and a apparition, a kind of like a hologram, a projection, comes from out of the necklace to a man, an elven man, standing at guard. It seems to be like a blue holographic projection. Seems to be the dead body. He says, oh yeah, he says, the cold crept in slower than the frost, not through the walls, but also the silence. They told me to hold the line, to guard the path no matter what, and I did. I stayed. While the others ran, I stayed. Proud, stubborn, and stupid. I told myself it was courage, that it was honor, that someone had to. But the truth is, I was afraid. Afraid that if I ran, I'd be nothing. Afraid they'd see me for what I really was, a man pretending to be brave. So I stayed. I froze. And now this place remembers me not for my valor, but for my silence. And if anyone hears this, say what I could not. Speak the truth. The projection disappears.
Do we just...
I can put it in the chat for you as well.
Oh, cool. I had some cliff notes down, but
Calcifer's a half-orc, I say, kind of shrugging at the end.
I mean, sorry, are we starting off with lies, or do you think that's true?
Oh, are you not a half-orc? I thought you were a half-orc, sorry. You're a full-orc.
No, I'm just an orc.
Oh.
Yeah, just a reg...
Nothing half about me. Oh, I didn't mean sound that sound.
See, it
I
must
just-
have been when I was playing God. Everyone kept calling him an orc.
Hanira, as you look down at
Did that-
the... Oh, sorry, go on. What did you say?
No, you go. There you go.
As you look down at the amulet around his neck, it's also got some writing on it.
Could I have a look?
Yes. It's very small. You have to get in very close to see it. But it's written in Old Elvish. So you can, if you can read it, you can read it. Otherwise, you need to get someone else to read it.
Old Alvin? What language is that?
Like that would be like Celestial.
Celestial?
You speak Celestial.
I do.
All right.
She likes learning languages, so I don't know a lot of languages.
Okay, just bear with me a sec. I'll send you the. Make a note and just add it to you.
That is a lot of languages.
What are we? Oh, alright. Just look at my sheet, are you?
We're
Actually-
married now. It's our sheet.
What are we calling this place? Just for my notes.
Vesh's prison.
Vesh's prison.
Prison. Okay.
Or prison of Vesh. You can read that if you want.
POV.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I assume you all can see that.
He swore an oath to never flee, to guard the path beneath the sea. Now frozen still, his will remains, the tunnel sealed by icy chains. To melt the path, the oath must break, but vow-bound souls do not forsake. Return the words he could not say, and set his frozen soul away.
Can you put that in the chat?
Is it?
Sam?
Oh, like that?
Thanks.
I was afraid.
The amulet begins to glow, and then suddenly a blue beam of light shoots out of it, right in the center of the room. As you watch, the cracks all around you of the ice begin to spread. A few of the people that are with Hagen start to back up. Are like, ah, what's going on? As you see that, like from below, chunks of ice begin falling down the shaft and seems to be coming up towards you. What do you guys want to do?
Sorry, the chunks are falling up towards us.
No, they're falling down through the shaft,
Oh, okay.
but the cracks and the sort of progression of the ice falling is quickly sort of coming up to the level where you're at.
Can we move back to the
right, okay.
entrance?
Yeah, you can all just move backwards.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll just sort of cram back in the tunnel. Is anyone going on
the
this
cracks.
side?
Yeah, I'll go on that side because it's
I'll
closer.
I'll
to
go that
the
side.
Yeah,
go to the
I'm going on
entrance.
that side.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that side.
Oh, no, I'll go to the entrance. where
Oh,
Cass is.
sorry. Okay. You're just cramming in with Hank.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll begin to watch as all of the ice begins to crack until the large tunnel void going down into the ground is revealed. You hear the crunch and the clanging of ice on stone, and the thump as it all collects onto the bottom. With the tunnel now completely cleared. Nick says, "I didn't know you were good at riddles, Calcifer."
Oh, seemed kind of. I mean, it was truth and then truth, 2 places. I mean, it was right there, right?
Hagen shouts out from the other side and says, "Well, that's the entrance to the prison. How are we going to get down there then?"
Can you fly?
You.
No, I've not been blessed by Kazenki, unfortunately.
All right, get on Ankh then.
Well,
How many of them are there?
So there's Hank, and then he's got 5 sort of companions slash disciples slash attendants.
Oh,
I assume Cascus and Henning can hold on to one each.
Yeah, I'd like to hold on.
No, because we can both fly because we got the boots.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
could pick up.
You got the wings.
wings, yeah.
I don't think I could. I don't think I can carry someone.
Calcifer can probably carry 2.
Yeah,
In
but
fact,
they're
Hank can
all
probably
on.
carry 2.
Oh, you can come onto this. Okay. Anyway.
Hagen says, "Well, it might be better if they stay and keep a lookout. Maybe if you just take me down, it'll just be less risk."
I mean, what are
Okay.
they? I mean, if they keep a lookout, what are they going to do if they find someone? Aren't they just kind of backed into a corner here?
Well, he speaks to a few of them, and a few of them say, "Oh, we don't mind being a lookout," but a couple of them want to come. So maybe 3 people say they're okay to stay behind.
Okay.
We
All
can cast a sending spell. We're good enough at that. We'll let you know.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Just
Anyone who
make
wants
sure
to
that no one
come?
comes in behind us.
Yeah. If a couple of you want to jump on Ankh, I'll come grab another, I guess.
So Hagen sort of climbs on Hank, and the other one who's decided to come, who after sort of taking down his hood, you've seen him around the camp. You've not really introduced himself. He's not introduced himself to you, but he's another immortal elf along with Hagen. A man maybe about the same age. He's got a kind of a grey, silvery stubble and sort of short white hair that's kind of slicked back, and a few kind of piercings along his pointed elven ears. He climbs on Hank, I guess, as well. And says, "I'm Alern, by the way." Just
Cool.
thought if you needed
have
to
that in writing,
bury me.
please.
Sure. Don't know why the control paste doesn't work. There you go.
Okay, yeah. Calcifer will fly over and pick one of them up as well. Said there were.
Okay.
2, is it a Hagen and
No,
then
there's
2 of them coming with us?
I think let's just say Hagen and Alern are coming.
Okay.
The other four are going to stay behind.
Cool. Then I'll just. All right. Let's go then.
All right, so you're going to take the plunge and descend down into Vicious Prison.
Yeah.
Cool. As you're flying down, Nick says, "I wonder why a guard of the... I mean, that guard surely hasn't been here since the Age of Gods. Well, whether that represents something or... I mean, the wardens and I must have dealt with Vesh. It was maybe 500 years after we were banished to the gloom, and none of us were using those uniforms then.
Hmm. Was this prison here
And-
before you
Maybe it was put
banished him?
afterwards.
Well, the wardens set it up. I didn't have anything to do with it, and to be honest, during my rule, I didn't have any interest in coming here.
I mean, they might have repurposed something existing. It's a real corner cutter.
Yeah, magical maintenance maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe the wardens did something while they've been under control.
Either way, I'm getting a weird feeling about this place.
You don't think this is a trap, do you?
I don't think it's a trap, but I feel a kind of eerie sense I haven't felt in a long time.
There's the
Do
path
you remember what
beneath.
that sense is?
Can't put my finger on it.
There's the path beneath the sea. Where is the sea? I haven't seen any sea around here.
Yeah, these are mountains. There's no sea here.
It
Maybe
used
it's
to
a
be.
metaphor.
Or maybe in the Age of Gods this was all flooded. How far is the sea from it? Is there a sea in the gloom? It's got to be, right?
There is a sea, but it's infinite. It goes off.
How can
Well.
the sea be infinite?
Well, we sent ships out and they never came back. So,
But,
as far as I
So
could
you
work.
just waved your hand and said it was infinite.
Well, it's infinite until we have evidence to the contrary.
I mean, if the gloom is
So,
a reflection of the world, then surely the other continents will be there. Your ships were just a bit shit.
maybe there was something in the ocean.
I mean, the
Yeah,
elves on, I don't know, didn't know about other continents, right?
I mean, I doubt there's many trees of people in our world, which people use to leech energy from.
Well, to be honest, Nick says, when we were banished here, we sort of had to set up a whole new society from scratch. We didn't really have that much energy to focus on exploring and spreading around. And once people got settled and things were pretty good, they didn't really have a desire to often go off and try and find new lands. I'm sure that there probably are across the sea, but
Like
those,
here be dragons.
those ships we sent off, yeah, they never came back, and they might have started off new civilizations elsewhere. But just as
Maybe-
likely could have died.
Maybe all of the other continents besides this one are just really fucking cool to be in.
Well, like, no way we're going back there.
It's just a big theme park.
It's actually,
Just
it's actually,
Pandara's theme park.
they're like, it's daytime in that continent, but like always.
That would drive me insane.
Maybe this in the gloom, it's only the gloom because we're just like, that's just where the sun is. But like, it doesn't rotate or anything. It's just, maybe that's just how it is here. There's like no day-night cycle.
I fear that the gloom has more in connection with Adana than it does with the rest of Erd.
Why is Adana so special?
It was the first place that the gods settled. It was where their first civilization was, where the elves were first made. It is where their throne was. In fact, in these mountains, here is where Fandaren set his thrones. In the opposite, in Adana, not here, the gloom, but.
Do we
And
get...
when Adana disappeared, the gloom went with it, right?
Is that... Do we get that information from, like, the religion or holy books, or is it just a categorized fact?
What, that Fandaren had his throne here?
that this was the first place Pandaren came to.
Oh well, I was around then. I wasn't around when Pandaren first settled, like, and created the elves, obviously. But I lived in Pandaren's lifetime. He had his palace here, and yeah.
How was he? Was he a dick?
Well, he banished me and my people here for standing up to him.
Bit biased
So-
then.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, Sikadan sounded alright if he was happy staying in that box.
Yeah.
Our main concern was the fact that the gods had no right to create us with consciousness and life and not let us be
Forbid
free.
you from having sex.
So your main complaint was basically like when a kid is like, "Oh, I didn't ask to be born."
Well,
Like-
it's we didn't mind fighting the elementals, right? We didn't mind fighting the original threat to this world because it was a threat to our life. But when the Titans came, we were pressed, and well, I mean that was a bit after. But you know, after we fought the elementals, we thought we were fighting for our freedom, which is what Van Doren asked. And then there was always something around the corner. He was always saying, "Not yet, not yet." So eventually we rebelled, as we thought the only thing we could do.
He wouldn't let you breed how you wanted.
It's not
I
just
believe-
that.
But that's a part of it.
I'm sure he had control over everything.
It's what I was told at one
him.
point. I believe.
Yeah.
People are awfully motivated by breeding.
Well,
Yeah,
we
by
wanted
wanting to have kids and
We
things.
wanted exactly. We wanted to have control over our destiny and not have to rely on the gods for that. And yet, the gods beat us and pushed us here.
Speaking of here, it's a long ass tunnel. Been floating down here for ages.
Ah, yes, we're almost at the bottom. You see a large collection of ice piled up in a kind of ancient cavern. You hear the dripping of water in the distance and, you know, echoing off the stone walls. As you sort of set foot on the bottom, around the room, a number of blue flame torches all strike up at once. Leading one by one in rows, leading through a tunnel where a door, like a grand, like stone door, at the other side of the tunnel lies, illuminating the entire room with blue.
Right. One way to go, I guess. There's a door.
Nyx turns to you, Cyan, and says, "Whatever happens down here, thank you for coming."
Why are you saying it like that?
I'm just thinking about something the warden told me before.
And I ask what that is?
Maybe later. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Not ominous at all.
You gonna go down the tunnel and open up the stone door?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right. So, walking down the tunnel and reaching the large stone door, there's a whole bunch of engravings and inscriptions on it, basically in various languages, warning people to stay out. Vesh, the betrayer, lies here. Do not enter. But as you approach and get closer, the door kind of begins to slowly swing open, until it opens up to a chamber illuminated by candles, by lamps, by lights, and a huge hulking statue of a cloaked figure with his arms outstretched. Through where the hood of his cloak would be, seems to be a tunnel which goes off into another room. But standing by the door, by the tunnel at the other side of the corridor, seems to be I assume like it looks like a man in a suit of armor. His eyes glowing red, just standing to attention.
Does it seem? Is it looking in our direction?
It's just sort of standing by by the tunnel going forward.
Does it look like any kind of thing we've seen before?
No, it looks somewhat similar to, I guess, a Scion, but it doesn't have the same kind of design or armor design. It almost looks older, more ancient. And you notice, kind of just looking over at it, a kind of black smoke sort of billowing out of the creases in its armor and the crevices, sort of just pooling onto the floor before kind of vanishing away.
Can I do a recall knowledge? See if I have any idea what this thing is.
Yeah, do a religion check.
Okay. The check gives somewhat away. Well, I guess a little bit, not a lot. Okay, 24.
That is a failure, I'm afraid.
Damn. I was hoping for crafting.
This is what you see as you sort of enter.
I see nothing.
You have to click on the...
You have to click on Vicious Second Trial.
Well, I'll just kind of call out to the figure.
Well, that's a nice map.
You gonna come at us if we come too close, or are we good?
Enter, it says, as it steps forward and just beckons you over. It takes a huge two-handed sword that is attached to his back off and then plants it into the ground before him, sort of holding it with both hands as he stands there looking at you.
Approach. So what's your job here then?
Just bear with me a sec. He says, I am the last before the prisoner. Do you wish to enter?
Yes.
Yeah.
He takes both hands off the sword and holds them outstretched, similar to the statue behind him.
Okay.
And sort of out of thin air, like a black kind of smoke whirls around each of his hands. And you see hang on just a sec. Two vials in his hand. One seems to be sorry, I'm just trying to find where I put my notes now. Here. Oh yeah. So one is kind of you're going to approach him closer and have a look. There's two vials. They both have liquid in them of some sort.
I'll come with Calza.
Game's
For
paused,
as
so
well.
can't.
I think everyone's learning.
Yeah.
I can't move myself.
You can all just sort of walk forward if you want.
Alright.
Henry's just walking past. Yeah, like he's obviously standing in a way as to not let you through immediately. But you notice that in his two hands, the two vials he has, one seems to be kind of dull and viscous in texture, I guess, like a kind of dull grey. And then another one is also grey, but seems to have these kind of speckles of like some sort of shimmer in it.
Can I move a bit closer up, please?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, cool.
Can you
Uh,
explain how what these vials are?
He says, "In twin vials, I hold fate's breath. One bears life, the other death. No color tells, no scent betrays, but only wisdom may clear your haze. One was poured at dawn's first light, the other was mixed in the dead of night. And the nightborn lies still, the dawnborn still speak, for one is strong, and the other is weak."
Can we have that in the chat, please?
Sure.
Cheers.
And like, do we have to drink one?
I believe so.
How big are the vases? Like, is there a world where you could mix them together and have them as one?
You could do.
Take both.
As
and
you
then
kind of
become a
reach
vampire.
reach for one, he kind of just holds onto it a bit tighter and says, "Be aware, you may only drink one."
Well,
So you can only drink one. Is this one of those? Is this one of those puzzles where you hold us to the spirit of the puzzle or the word of it?
I have said my piece. he
I
said.
actually want some. I have to drink one. To pass.
Who's drinking it?
But we have to decide first which one it is. Only wisdom may clear the haze. It's so hard when there's puzzles that use your actual brains.
Say, I'm not drinking anything. I've already got one thing, one cursed item. I'm not doing it again.
poured.
The nightborn lies still, the dawnborn yet speak.
Does it
we ask
make
you
a sound?
questions as to which one's which?
Yeah, like if you shake one, does one make us like a fizzing or something? Actually, we can't touch them.
If you choose one, you may only drink it.
And what's the differences between them again?
One of them is dull and viscous, and another one is grey and kind of translucent, but also has like specks of kind of what look like silver in it.
So, like, thematically,
No, because it says no color tells, so the color isn't anything to do with it, surely.
Only wisdom may clear the haze.
Well, the color is the same.
But one has little specks in it, one doesn't.
I mean, thematically, right? The specks of shiny. That kind of screams the dawn's first light one, right? Which, like, you know,
Twilight.
light and all that versus night is kind of life death, but it's not very explicit, right?
I disagree. I mean, the night has the moon, and the moon is silver.
Yeah, stars.
Hmm.
And stars.
Is the moon silver?
One
One
was
is strong and the
poured.
other is weak.
Oh,
Hmm.
maybe the difference here is that the dawn's light one was poured from something. The other was mixed, as if it is multiple things together. In the dead of night.
Hmm.
Perhaps.
Did you say was one like swirling?
Well, one has
Well, they can.
liquid
They both can
and
swell, but yeah,
Oh.
like one has the specks kind of just like suspended in the liquid, kind of just like occasionally moving around a little bit.
as if that was maybe mixed. Multiple things. The liquid and whatever those things are.
You're welcome to do a perception check to inspect them a bit closer.
I'll do a percep. I'm gonna do one as well.
Can I do a crafting check because they're potions?
Sure.
$32.
I got a 28.
All right. So so Cascus and Cyan, just kind of looking at them, other than what kind of obviously is just the first thing you notice about them. You don't seem to pick up anything. But Calcifer, kind of inspecting it a bit closer. You notice that the one with specs in seems to it seems to be giving off a kind of noise of some sort. Almost as if like the little specks in there are kind of clanging against the side of the vial, whilst the other one is completely silent.
Ah, so that one must be the Dawn one.
Yeah, so that's the Dawnborn. But that doesn't mean necessarily that that one is life over death. Or does it mean it's strong if it's still doing stuff?
Nyx speaks
I
up
mean-
and says, surely the wardens represent light and life. Vesh represents death. If Vesh is imprisoned here, everything is going to be seen through that lens, surely.
See, intuitively, I agree. Like, you know, the one that's like dawn and light and all this, that, and the other, seems more life vibed, right? But when it comes to like puzzles and stuff, do we just go off vibes?
I say we drink the death potion. I think that would be funny. For that reason alone.
You can drink it.
Anyone got
Hagen-
Breath
Hagen,
of Life ready?
Hagen speaks and says to the armor guy, and says, "What happens if one of us drinks the wrong one? Or can the rest of us drink the other?" And the guard says, "You may only choose once," and then sort of motions down at the sword in front of him.
Ah, I see.
So I basically either we drink one and hope it's right, and maybe one of us dies, or we fight you.
Or we all die.
You can try. You can try.
I
You
like,
can try. Dun, dun, dun.
you know, I like your confidence.
Calcifer, don't provoke him. He's the last thing guarding Vesh.
I'm not provoking him. I
So I
respect
think
it.
he probably. I feel like we probably shouldn't fight that. I think it could probably wipe the floor with us.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
Just in case we get any different information.
Oh, the check reveals he's actually level 1.
Yeah, they don't seem to be magical.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're not magical.
As in not magical, but alchemical.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't like have any magic kind of innately to them. They're mostly just some sort of concoction.
Maybe this is like the bravery thing again.
What, wouldn't we just have any?
Like the guy back there, you know, the whole thing was like he was a cat. He was maybe not a coward, but like he was scared. maybe this is about you just do it, and either
I
one's
feel like-
fine.
But
I
which
feel
one
like that would be
do-
poor planning, having all of your puzzles follow the same methodology.
I mean, they can
which
have a
one
running
do we
theme.
want to have? Do we want the day one or the night one? As in, like, which is the right answer?
I feel like the day one is more likely, and also, if it's not the day one and we pick the night one, and it is the death one, oh boy, are we gonna feel real stupid.
I say we
Yeah.
drink the night one.
I feel like we should go for the daytime one.
It could be one of those things that only the dead can enter, or something to that. Like, I feel like choosing the one associated with life would be the most obvious choice, and I don't think you build a puzzle to hold a warden like this with the most obvious choice in mind. But then it could be trying to cancel each other out.
Is there anything in the area that could give us a clue? Like, can I have a look?
Yeah, have a look around.
Cool.
Make a perception check for me.
Maybe the idea is that people, it just stalls people. They just keep talking about it, and they never
Ah.
actually.
And then
drink
they
the
just
potion.
leave rather than risk it. It's like, oh, I guess we're gonna go home then.
27.
Maybe this guy's just trying to get us to do like a taste test, and he's trying to gauge which one.
On the guard's sword that is impaled into the ground, he's got writing on the hilt, in also Celestial, Old Elvish. It says, "The truth may glow, but lies are bold. One is quiet, the other cold. The dead feel nothing, the living burn. Choose your fire if you would return. Choose the fire if you would return."
What?
Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah. Hang on.
Good job I took Celestial, guys.
Oh.
Can I feel if they're hot or cold?
You can't touch it.
Can
but you
can I put my hands near it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one, as you like hover your hand around it, uneasily being watched by the red glow of the guard. The red glow of the guard's eyes. The shimmering one, the one that has the sort of shimmery, sparkly stuff in it, that seems to be slightly warmer. The other one seems to be colder, almost as if it's like absorbing heat.
Do the rest of us get this writing? Like, is Nera saying it out loud, or?
Yeah, I'll tell you. What it
Okay.
The
Well,
guard's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have just put that on my sword." Damn it.
God damn it. I mean, okay, but if it's dawn and associated with life, it could also cause us to spontaneously combust.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it says the living burn.
Yeah, we're
That's
the
what-
living.
that's what I
don't want to burn. Fucking hurts.
I say we go for
Choose the
night.
fire if you would return. Surely that, or unless it kills you and then you return as a dead person.
Or like a phoenix.
Return.
I feel like choose the fire if you would return as a bit of a like. As means we should choose the fire because
I
you want
think
to
we should go
return.
for night. I think we're gonna
Okay.
spontaneously combust if we drink the dawn one.
I think you can do the night one, but you have to do it. You just drink it.
There's also the-
I can volunteer myself. I am a dead man walking already.
Nick says, "We've just been to the afterlife to get
Yeah,
you."
so we're not going back again.
Yeah,
It's
one
my
per
turn
character,
to
one
ride
per
the
party
magic
member.
death pony.
No, 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 no.
Whoa. I feel like because Cyan is the one that wants to choose the death one, they should take it.
I completely agree. Actually, I think I should drink it. I think
There
it would be
is-
fun.
there is the question of, as well, let's say this is a death potion. Is it just oh, you drink it, you die? Or is it like you drink it and it's just like a really fucking powerful poison? But like, if you're tough as shit, then you'll be alright.
I think I've walked off worse things. I think I'll be fine.
You got Breath of Life ready in there?
You don't actually know that I have that spell.
Oh. I sure hope someone has.
Wait, I didn't tell anyone. Thanks, Richard.
Oh, sorry.
Right, which one are we saying is the night one?
The dull and viscous grey one.
Right. Can I ask, like, can I at least ask, like, how that one's going to taste?
He just looks at you.
I thought not. Alright.
Told you not.
Cyan's going to say to Nix, I hope if I die you don't vanish or anything. And I'm going to go up and I'm going to take it.
Before you do, Nick sort of appears, just sort of goes in front of you and is like, "Hey, Tan, are you sure?"
I mean,
I don't know what that's gonna do.
I mean, we wake up each and every day choosing actions that very likely kill most people. We willingly accept that danger with the kind of work we do. If I am fairly confident this vial of, I hope not poison, won't kill me, and if it doesn't kill me, great. If it does kill me, well, every day with you has been the best day of my life. So,
Okay. Nick sort of like goes and hides behind you and just sort of covers her eyes. So you're gonna take it.
yep.
All right. So taking the vial in your hands, the liquid is sludgy, almost like tar. Looking at it, it's just it goops around the vial. Cold to the touch, almost as if it's siphoning the heat out of your hands. You gonna put it up to your lips and drink it?
Cyan's just going to salute the knight first and is going to turn to the rest of them, bottoms up, and downs it.
Okay, so chucking the vial back, drinking it to the last drop. As it first sort of enters your throat, it is the most disgusting, foul-tasting liquid you've ever tasted in your life. Make a Constitution check for me.
Can I also make a deception check to try and hide that from people?
Let's see what you get on your Constitution check first.
Okay. So fortitude.
Fortitude, sorry, yeah, fortitude. Same thing.
Uh-oh.
I'm doing great,
no.
guys.
You start knocking it back. One after, just start chugging. You can see that like he's creasing, cringing as he drinks it. It tastes like the sweat of 1,000-year-old worms, just all ground, sort of like mushed up and just fermented for generations. You feel your stomach churning. And you manage to knock it all back before you put it back down onto the outstretched hand of the guardian. Before you kind of just instinctively projectile vomit all over the floor. But what's interesting is that the black tar that you just drank doesn't seem to come back up.
Huh.
Just whatever you last ate, the water you've been drinking. And you stand there, you feel your stomach churning. the black fog begins to swirl around both of the vials, and the guardian closes his hands, picks the sword up, and says, "You have proven yourself worthy." Takes a step back.
Fuck yeah.
Your tests are weird.
Can you explain what that was? I'm very confused still.
The defender just literally just stood forward, just looking kind of this way, not even looking at you, just with both his hands on his sword.
See, I might have had the wrong logic, but the idea of Nightborn and Dawnborn, there's the Gloom, and then there's our world. I could be getting it completely fucking wrong. But, you know, Gloom. Woo. Also, I have a rule for these kinds of things, where if you're given in a puzzle, if you're given the choice between the nice option and the bad option, you should probably take the bad option.
Yeah, but also you feel real stupid if...
Yeah, well... Shrugs. He just carries on.
Maybe I'm just too averse to feeling stupid.
The armored guard says, "Before you, in the tomb, lies the great betrayer. He is responsible for the death of millions. Therefore, he is death incarnate, and only those who are not afraid to face death may face him."
Oh, so that's what it is.
So we're fine either way then.
He doesn't say anything.
Alright.
Hagen kind of steps forward and says, "Do we all have to drink that, or do we?"
It's like it seems like we can just go through now, but mate, if something that's not us starts coming out of here, can you back us up, or that's what you're here for, right? Keep whatever's in there in.
Doesn't say anything.
All right.
I don't think he can, but I think he can stop people from coming in. It's like standing in front of the door of several rabid animals. You probably can't deal with the rabid animals, but you can stop people from coming into the room with the rabid animals.
The smoke that's sort of escaping from all his armor and stuff, it's almost as if the armor's kind of floating in place, almost as if it's just some sort of magical force holding everything together, almost as if it's like a animated armor rather than there's like a body inside. So he's probably only doing what he's magically programmed to do. All right, let's take a break there then. I'll come back in 15 minutes.
Cool.
Good.
Okay. See you in a bit, cooler kids.
Hello, and welcome back. So, just before the break, the party were faced with a couple of trials to enter Vesh's prison. The first to speak a riddle about some guy who was keeping the tunnel frozen. And then the second one was to drink a vial of groupie liquid, which Cyan projectile vomited up. Well, didn't projectile vomit that up, but projectile vomited everything else up. But managed to get everyone into the next bit. So, as you enter the tunnel through the hood of the large statue, allowing the defender to kind of disappear behind you. It goes down into a long tunnel surrounded by grey kind of slate stone walls, indented in which are rows and rows of thousands of skulls just kind of pushed into the stone, almost as if there's some sort of catacombs, until it begins to go down a kind of staircase and opens up into a large grand chamber. Having descended through, as you emerge into the heart of the chamber, you feel the pressure first, kind of crushing power, as if the air itself is trying to press you back. The chamber opens up, almost like a wound in the cavern. It's vast, almost cathedral-like in its proportions. But it feels wrong for some reason. Almost the geometry feels off. Almost as if it's not designed with any symmetry in mind. The center of the top of the vaulted roof is just slightly off center to the rim, subtly tilting inwards, as if the entire room is kind of bowing around this kind of point in the center. The walls themselves are a kind of fusion of obsidian, stone, and fused bone, which lines every inch of the walls, pulsing with kind of veins of violet light, which seems to seep through them. You're not quite sure how or where from. The air itself is cold and dry, and there is a kind of lingering taste of ash in the air. And as you sort of like taste, almost as if the air's dusty and chalky, and ashy. At the center of the chamber is a huge sarcophagus built into the floor below, by which chains, like these thick braided chains, seem to be made of both shadow and of light, link to pylons kind of embedded into the walls. Around where the sarcophagus is an entire huge pile of bone, like thousands or hundreds of thousands of dead, having lined the walls of the sarcophagus, which is bolted shut. However, is somewhat cracked, just slightly in a corner, just on the top, where a constant mist of kind of pale blue light kind of curls and vanishes into the stone above from it. So this is what you see. Where's my... Also, everything here seems to be grey. You being the only colour around here. Everything else, except for the kind of the light on the walls, all of the stone, all of the bricks, the floor, the dust is all grey, and it fills you with an uneasy feeling. This is Hagen, by the way. I've just repurposed another picture from. Hagen steps forward and says, "Okay, this is it. This is where Vesh is. Be on your guard.
So, what happens now?
So now I need to open the vault. There will be defense mechanisms built into this place. You need to keep me safe whilst I do it. But it's not until the vault is opened that I can kill Vesh.
So is
How are you killing Vash?
With the second part of the ritual.
so to be clear, it's not Vesh that we're fighting here. It's the prison itself.
I if we fight Vesh, we know there's gonna be an issue. Vesh should be asleep. He shouldn't know we're opening up his sarcophagus. But it's whatever the wardens have built into this place to defend it from those who wish to free him that we need to worry about.
Right. Okay. I'll Cass is gonna stand in front of Hagen. Anywhere specific you need to be? Anything you think anything you know about that we should be looking out
I'm
for?
not actually seeing Hagen's token.
Weirdly, I can see him on one of my screens, but not the other.
Oh, you might have to refresh.
Yeah, refreshing made him be there.
Cool.
Can you do that? How much how much concentration do you need to do that ritual? Can you move about, or are you going to be pretty planted?
I'm going to be pretty much next to the sarcophagus the whole time, so just I guess stop anything coming up these stairs. This seems to go up maybe like 25 feet. The stairs are quite thick and quite large, and he sort of clambers up each one until he gets to the top. And kind of looking down all around at the sort of skeletons and dead bodies that are just lining the tomb, he says, these must have been his followers. That when they were defeated and when Vesh was defeated, they were all buried here with him.
Creepy.
I'd recommend that you choose, before I start, just choose where you want to be. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure whether these things are going to come alive or whether there's another defense mechanism. I can't see any turrets or anything, or any other walls can move or anything.
So what do these look like? Are they like gates?
What, these things?
Yeah, they're like
They're
things
like
that
just
could
like
put out
large
of-
pylons that kind of or like pillars of some sort that sort of just are attached to the wall, kind of hold the roof up. And at the top of the it's just not really like shown here, but at the top of the sarcophagus there's like chains attached to each one, so it's like kind of going like that.
I'm just looking for like places around that things might spew forth from.
You can make a perception check for me.
Okay. 34.
As far as you're aware, like just sort of inspecting them at a base level, like I assume not like trying to chisel into them or anything.
No.
They don't look like they'll move or anything. So it seems to be okay. Like it doesn't look like their doors or they're likely to let things in. Hagen says, "Are we ready? Is everyone where they want to be?"
You lot want to get near me or
Where are you?
Alright, I can't see you.
up here?
No, I can't
Oh.
see you.
He's behind Hank.
I can't see
Oh,
you.
Oh,
Hank
yeah.
has also disappeared.
Oh,
I'll
what?
reload.
Might
Yeah,
need to
maybe
refresh.
reload. I guess.
Yeah, I'll reload.
I definitely need to delete some stuff off the server. It's like every session now is like just so much random crap is happening.
Any buffs you want to
Reloading
throw
more.
up before this fight starts?
I was gonna
Don't
haste
talk
you.
about throwing up.
Can I be closer, please?
Sure, where would you like to go?
Next to sign, I guess.
Still loading in. It's taking ages.
Sorry.
There we are, man.
So
I,
that
don't- I don't mind kind of being on my own a bit. Like, I can't move because what's going on with this? Last year, if I move, I'm going to move Hanira and Scion as well.
If you just like drag your cursor and like highlight a bit of nothing,
It
and then you
doesn't
should
work
be
like
able to
that,
just highlight
unfortunately.
yourself.
Nope. Doesn't work. I don't know. I've tried this. There you go. I kind of want to be on my own because I feel like I'm just going to.
well, it's okay, bud.
All right, so
Oh,
we're ready, are we?
I was gonna cast haste on Calcifer.
I put everyone on the initiative.
One second, let me just check everything I want to do. So armor up.
I'm raising a shield.
Do I want to force my?
You're getting hasted, buddy.
I'm going to tap my boots.
Nice.
So there's the fire damage on the floor.
Calcifer's getting hasted. You're gonna do that on your first turn then.
Yeah.
Does everyone want to roll initiative for me?
Sure.
Hagen got a 2.
Oh, if you want to haste Henning instead, it might be more effective. Because I'm already on Hank.
I can't. He's too far away.
What is my rolling today?
You can reach
Is it
Henning.
touch?
Okay, I'll do Henning instead then.
hang on. I'm just.
I'll let you.
Okay. Perception.
Henning, you are hasted. That'll be your first action on this initiative turn, by the way, Hanera, to do that.
Okay.
I got 35.
How long's haste for?
A minute.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
round,
use
round
my.
10 will be when the haste runs out. Then.
I'm gonna use my focus point to extend that to 10 minutes.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, right. So I'll let you do that just before the turn, before the initiative turn, if you want to do that.
Oh, I will also, before we jump in, chuck a potion of quickness to Cyan.
Well, let's give everyone a round. So to do anything that they want to do, then because Hagen's going to be at the end of the round, that's when he's going to start the ritual. So, Henning, is there anything you want to do on this round? Is there any last bits you want to prepare?
No, just ready myself for battle.
Okay, Cascus.
Tap my boots. Do I want to move up my form? No, not yet.
Are you in the air or are you on the
I'm
ground?
on the ground. I'm gonna do incendiary aura as well, which is a focus spell.
Okay.
So that should be enough action. So yeah, that's fine.
Is
So
that what's the area around you when you do that?
each time a creature is within the emanation takes fire damage. It's 10-foot emanation.
Okay, I'll just put that on. You can see okay there, yeah.
I can, yeah, but
It's just as easy just to make. Yeah, I'll move it when you move. It's cool. Cyan, anything you want to do?
So am I not being handed the potion yet?
From who?
So I said I was gonna.
throw me a potion.
Yeah, I said I was gonna give Cyan a potion of quickness to use when we
okay.
get into things.
Okay. You can delay to just after Calcifer then if you want.
Yep. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, Hanera. You've hasted Henning with your thing for just before the ritual, but is there anything
Yeah,
else you want?
I used the expend spells also.
Yeah.
Not so good. Might cast shield on myself if I have another action.
Okay, no, that's fine. Calcifer. So you're gonna hand Cyan
So, well, 3 actions make this awkward because I want to drink one myself as well.
Well, let's say I'll say that you can have drank one yourself before the initiative, if you want.
Okay.
How long was that for?
They're a minute. It's just
Oh,
haste for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I've drank one. Hand on to Cyan, and then switch back to Dawn Reaver.
Okay, Cyan.
Was
And
the
raise
idea
shield.
that was the idea for Cyan to drink this when the combat starts or now?
Probably better now, because then you only
Okay,
get
I'll
you get it on the next turn.
All right, I'll take an action to chug that.
So what potion is that? Sorry, could you just say that again?
A potion of quickness.
Okay, so he's hasted as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, quickened. Sorry.
We are all fast.
Is it quickened? Is just quickened 1?
I think it's just quickened.
Okay.
1. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Is there anything else you want to do today?
I'm also I'm going to use an action to use a focus spell called Cloak of Shadow.
Okay. All right, Hagen kind of just double checks everyone's ready, and then starts off by taking. Well, he doesn't take out the book. He doesn't have it. He just focuses and says, in Elvish, but you can understand this, Hanera, as well as others. By oath unbroken, by fire unquenched, I call the old name, Vesh, Warden of the First Flame. Let the chains that bind soul to silence loosen. Let the echoes of the deep awaken. Vesh, devourer of forms, breaker of truth. Your hold is a lie, and lies shatter. You begin to hear the ground begin to rumble. The dust in the air kind of begins to almost move in front of your very eyes before you realize it's the entire room moving. The air kind of staying relatively still. As a number of the bones starting to be shaken off the sarcophagus pile and begin to collect around the bottom. Before you note it, as Hagen continues to chant, a number of bones start to sort of stitch together, almost magnetically be pulled from one to the other, until rows and rows of skeletons begin to stand. So 1, 2, 3. So these are infantry troops, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of all around the room, beginning to open up. I'm just gonna add them to the initiative. There's probably maybe 25, 30 skeletons in each one, I think, maybe. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, probably because they're so tightly packed. They're probably about 25, 30 of them. But Hagen, as he's just focusing on casting the spell, you watch as like an aura of blue magic begins to surround him as the sarcophagus starts to creak. And you hear Nyx over your shoulder saying, "Here they come." Right, let's get into it. So as the skeletons begin to form together, they're going to slowly march towards Jarl. 25 feet. And then they're going to lower spears. So Hank, Calcifer, and Cyan, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please? Reflex saving throw, sorry. All right, Hank and Cyan, that is a success. And for you, Cyan, I guess
I get a crit
that's
success.
Crit success. And then Calcifer, that is a crit success, okay? So Hank takes 4 piercing damage from that.
I will use Glimpse of Redemption on its own to
Does
reduce
Glimpse
that.
of Redemption work on that?
So it does work on AoEs. I have a feat that lets me do it, I believe.
Okay, that's fine.
Let
I'll
me-
let you.
Let me just check that one sec.
I think we've had that conversation before, actually.
Yeah, there's just a limitation. I think it does less. I think it's half the healing, or I don't add something.
Okay.
I'll be less than 20 seconds.
1.
That's fine.
Two.
It's going to take a while until it gets to you anyway. So, Henning,
Mhm.
the skeletons all beginning to form up around you, starting to march closer. What are you going to do?
Can I hold my turn until they get here?
You can delay.
Yeah, I'd like to delay until one of them walks up to me.
All right, just tell me when you want to hop back in, okay? I'll just put you
Okay.
behind these guys. All right, this one is gonna 2 actions to move, and they've only got 2 actions as they're a troop. Oh no, they've got 1. They've got 3 actions. Actually, hang on. What's that? 40. Yeah. Okay. So this. So Henning, Cyan, Calcifer, and Hank need to make another reflex saving throw.
So are they in my range now?
Yeah, because they got spears.
Oh, okay, so they're not in my range.
Yeah, they're in your range. It's 10. They've
Are they?
got 10-foot reach.
No, I mean I can't hit them.
Oh yeah, you can't, but they can hit you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Hank. That's a success, so half damage. Which is 4 damage.
Okay, I will Glimpse of Redemption again.
Okay.
So
Cyan.
both of them need to be taking the persistent spirit damage, by the way.
Okay.
That's 3 persistent spirit damage.
Sure. Persistent.
And they're both enfeebled too.
Okay. Enfeebled 2. Persistent damage. So okay, so they took 3 off. In that turn, this one's going to take 3. All right, so Cyan, that's a crit success for you. Henning, that's a crit success for you. Calcifer, that's a crit success for you. And that's their turn. These ones are going to march over to Cascus.
Yep.
Cascus, can you make a reflex saving throw for me, please?
Yeah.
28. That is a success, so you take half damage. So you take
Hold on.
8. Oh, gone.
Flames. When you roll a success on a reflex save, you get critical success instead.
Okay, cool. That is a crit success for you. And that's their turn. Skeleton infantry. I'm going to start to climb up this way. Let me just put Hagen up 25 feet. I'll put you up. You're 10. You're 5. Hank is, let's just say 5. And then Henning is at the bottom. Okay. So they're going to start to climb up there 10 feet or so up. It's difficult terrain for them, though. So, all right. Henning, do you want to come in yet? Or
yeah.
you can continue? You can
Yeah,
just
I'll
delaying.
use-
So.
I will start moving over to where they're trying to climb up.
Okay.
So that'd be 2 actions for me to do that.
Okay.
And then I'm going. I'll use. Oh no, I can't do anything. That's me. I can't do
All
anything
right.
else.
So yeah, you start clambering up the sarcophagus, noting that the skeleton infantry are starting to flank around the other side, climbing up. You see like rows and rows of skeletons. Their dark, kind of unliving eyes, just not making any sound except for the clanging of bones on bone as they're climbing up over their fallen comrades. Cascus.
Cool. So, I'm gonna walk. No, I'll keep still. I'll move back one actually. Just knock me back one north, if that's right.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. No. Wait. I just want to see what's the range on. I don't want to blow everyone up. Swear if I lost one. 30 foot. So I want to be. Actually, can you move me down bottom left one? There.
Okay.
So there's the fire boots are on. So there's like underneath him if somebody walks us. Fire there. I think I'm going to use Whirling Flames. And it's heightened +4, so I'm going to get 2 more bursts that I can choose. So it's a 5-foot burst, 30-foot range, so I'm going to do one on the one to the top left, one to the one to the bottom, one to the one on the right.
Okay. Do they need to do a reflex save for that?
It's a 33 basic reflex for me.
Okay. And that's on 3 of them.
Yep.
Alright, so that's a fail, 33 DC.
Okay. So that's 38 each fire damage. And then the one to the bottom is going to take more because it's now taking persistent fire damage. So taking normally 3d4, it's going to take 9 persistent fire damage.
Okay. Alright, yeah, you set them on fire, their tattered rags and clothes start to catch alight. Start to burn them kind of dark. What else would you like to do?
That's all my actions. That's all my
Okay, yeah, you just see a whole number of them begin to burn. They aren't at the threshold yet.
So, and just to he's now a moderate curse, so he's concealed from other creatures.
Okay.
And he's his attacks, if they're not fire, I need to do a concealing thingy.
Cool. Alright, this skeleton infantry. That's 3 actions. They're going to start clambering up. Hanira.
Hello. Just FYI, my headset's about to run out of battery.
Oh, okay.
And I can't get it to charge, just so you know. I want to do chain lightning on all of them.
Alright.
Nice.
So that's reflex save, is it?
Yes, please.
Who are you starting with?
This one at the top.
Okay. What's the DC?
Richard, are you measuring?
Yeah, that's fine.
Stop it.
No, I'll just.
I've already
fun.
measured it.
I know.
Just making sure.
What's your DC?
Oh, sorry. 33.
Alright. So that's 35 on the first one. Yeah, 35 on the first one. So half damage. 37 on the second one, half damage. 21 on the next one, so that's double damage, just crit fail.
Yep.
Next. 31 on the next one, so that's just a fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next one. 26 on the next one.
That's
That's
just
a
a regular fail.
Yeah, okay. And then on the is this the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. So then we have 33 on the last one. Is that a success?
Yeah.
What was your DC?
33.
Okay.
My
half
food's
damage.
done. I'll be right back.
All right. All right. So you immediately watch as the chain lightning just completely begins to knock waves and waves of the skeletons down. This one immediately gets smaller. This one also. This one also. And that one's fine. All right. Anything else, Anera?
I think I would like to move just over here a little bit, out the way.
Okay.
Feels safer.
So that's 20 feet up.
Hide behind Hank. But no, I'm not actually gonna hide.
All right, Calcifer.
Okay. Okay, that's not gonna work. Calcifer is going to so his shield's not going to do a lot here because these things don't care about AC. So he is going to put the shield away and pull out a bead of frozen lava. He's then going to chuck that bead somewhere over, like, in this area, so that it hits these two. So can they both make DC 30 reflex saves?
Okay. 21 and 26.
Okay, those are both regular fails, and oh, that is 38 fire damage.
Okay.
That is area damage, so hopefully more.
Yeah. So it's actually 10 extra because they have 5 fire resistance. So 48.
Okay. And then might as well switch to. That's probably not worth it. Just going to strike at the one to the right.
Okay.
With Dawn Reaver. 39 to hit.
That's a hit.
That is 22 damage.
Okay, 22.
Though
You smash.
5
oh
of
god.
that is fire.
Yeah, that's fine. So you smash the last of them, and they collapse.
Nice. So it's sheath, pull, throw, attack. So that's it for me. Hank does have 1 action remaining, but nothing's in reach, and I'm not sure I want to move, so I'll stay there. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Cyan. Did Zach say he was back? I thought I heard him.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry,
Okay, no,
I
it's
was
all
just chewing.
right. Yeah, it's cool.
So I was just checking the haste stuff. It says that I can only use the additional action to strike or stand.
Strike or stride. So
Oh, right,
it's like a
okay.
move action or an attack action.
Well, Cyan's going to start his turn off by trying to hit the ones next to him.
Okay. Yeah, they're looking pretty beat up. A few of them have already collapsed and are somehow bleeding onto my map. Their
Bone marrow.
blood. Yeah, all their bone marrow is coming out. 34.
That's a 34.
That's a hit.
Okay. Some of that, I believe, that is 1d4 fire amongst all of that, so...
Okay, so they're actually resistant to piercing. So that's
fuck
11
me.
damage in total. Oh, actually no, and then the fire, actually, they don't take that either. So they took a little bit, but it was a lot less.
I'm gonna be a lot of help this fight, gang. I guess I'm going to teleport in front of the
You
I'm
cut out
going
there.
to use my shadow jump to teleport in front of the top left guys.
Okay.
And then that leaves me with one more action, so I'm just going to try a strike again.
Okay. Is Shadow Jump 2 actions? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Shadow Jump is 2 actions. Okay, that's cool. Alright then. Make an attack. $37. That's a hit. $23. That's minus 14. So you just take 9. So they just take 9 damage from that.
Oh god, what am I gonna do? That's me.
All right, yeah, you're sort of stabbing down at the skeletons who are climbing up the sarcophagus. Okay. All right, that's next. Here, these skeletons are going to start climbing towards Hagen. That's 2 actions.
Ooh. Nobody wants to fight me.
And then they're going to make... Oh, actually, they should be smaller than that. And they're going to make an attack with their spears against you, Hanera. And Hank and Casper. Reflex saving throw, please. So Hank, success. Hanera, critical success. Casper, critical success. Hank takes 5 piercing damage.
Does the Shade Steel prevent that? Or is
Uh,
it just attacks?
yeah. No, that prevents that.
Okay, then 0.
Okay. Okay, Hagen. Hagen is continuing, saying, by my blood, I anchor the breach. Hold them back. And he's continuing on with the thing. I just need to roll. Okay. You see that the sarcophagus begins to glow, a flash of bright blue before suddenly flickering just like a void black for a second as the chains begin to tense. You feel the entire room crumble, and then a wave of necromantic energy shoots through everything. And all of the skeletons heal and recover.
No.
Oh dear.
Oh,
As
even
they
the
all
ones we
start-
killed.
Yeah, as they start to be revived again.
Are they just all going back to full?
They're not going back to full.
150 a turn though.
That'd be a lot.
All right. All right, and also you begin to watch coming from around here, something rustling under all of the under all the skeletons. a bunch of bones coalescing, and bursting out from the bottom, a huge skeleton made out of the bones of hundreds of bodies, as a skeletal titan appears. Add him.
I think I made a mistake putting my shield away.
Alright. Alright, this is gonna do a lower spears. Everyone who is within 10 feet. So just Hank and Calcifer, sorry. 34, 30, 29, that is 2 successes. They're using 3 actions on this one. So you both take half damage, so that is going to be 13 piercing damage each. And this one also takes,
Okay.
what, 3
I will
damage?
Glimpse of Redemption that for Hank to put it to 0. And just 3 for Calcifer.
Okay. Right, this one is going to march here. It's going to do the same. $38, 30. So Calcifer, you, that's a crit success. Hank, that is a success. So Hank takes 10 piercing damage.
Okay, no he doesn't.
Okay. This infantry is going to attack you, Cascus. Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Yeah, and you need to do the D20 thing first because I'm concealed.
Oh, it's not an attack, so they're not...
Okay, fair enough. It's a reflex, yeah?
Yeah, they're just sort of like throwing... they're just pointing spears in your general direction. Like, one might catch you, basically. 32.
Crit success.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah, crit success. Cool. Alright, this one. They're going to continue climbing up until they get to where you're at. Henning. That's 2 actions. And then they're going to use their last action to spear you. Reflex saving throw, please.
Yes, and I'm going to use my reaction to increase that by 2. Whatever I roll by 2.
Okay.
So reflex. 32.
That's a success, so you take 6 piercing damage on that. Cool. Alright, Henning, your turn.
My turn. Spell strike with telekinetic. Ah.
Ooh, 28. That is a fail, unfortunately.
I will recharge spell strike and
Crit fail. Sorry.
because I'm hasted, I will make another strike.
Okay.
Yay, he's.
Woohoo, haste.
There we go. That's a hit.
15.
15 damage. Alright, and was that just a normal strike, yeah?
Yes, so I can't do it. I don't think
Oh.
you can do spell strike again. Surely not.
No, because it's 2 actions.
Haste, yeah.
Oh, actually, because it's piercing damage you're doing, it's a bit less, unfortunately. But you do manage to, like, spear one through the chest. But amidst the wave of skeletons, one seems like quite a few, quite a little. All right, the skeletal titan, as it sort of just stretches out, it pulls out from buried under the bodies of all the skeletons a huge rusted blade, which sounds about as tall as it does, which is like 30 feet tall. And it is going to.
Someone's
attack...
compensating for something.
It's going to attack you, Hanero, with its mountain sword. So it raises it up high and then brings it down to your position. That is a 44 to hit.
That is a crit.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
All right, you hear a boom as masonry and dust just gets thrown up into the air as Hanira takes 60 damage.
Oh,
She looks sad.
She just has a sad face.
Oh,
no damage whatsoever. It's just a sad face.
emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
And then it's going to reach down and attack you with its claw cyan.
Nimble dodge.
All right. It's just going to reach out its raggedy, clawy hands to you. 26 to hit.
That misses.
I don't know why there's an alarm going off in my house. Near my housemate. I don't know if it's a car alarm.
Check it
I can hear it.
Yeah.
in case it's a carbon monoxide
No,
alarm.
it's a car alarm outside.
Oh.
Just
Oh,
gonna-
okay.
It's the carbon monoxide alarm. Don't worry.
Yes, it's alright. The headache is fine. It comes with the territory. 26 misses, yeah? Okay. Third attack, it's gonna throw a bone at Henning.
Henning. Sorry, Hank.
Yeah, it throws a bone at Hank. Hank runs away.
Jason.
32 to hit you, Henning?
No, that misses.
Alright, that's its turn. Cascus.
Cascus is going to move one up northeast. And then... and one to the right as well. Then.
Okay.
And then he's going to use that same spell again, so that's going to knock him into his major curse. So I'm going to do flaming, whirling flames on the one to my north, east, and southwest. Again, so it's a 33 basic reflex on them all, please.
Okay, on 3 of them, is it?
Yep.
These 3?
Yep.
Reflex.
The one on the bottom left's already taken the persistent damage.
Okay. 36, 28, 24.
So 33 is a save, so whatever that is.
Okay, so success and 2 failures. So this is a success, and then did you say it was this one and this one?
Yeah, all three. All three
Yeah,
kind of within his zone.
Yeah,
of
that's fine. That's cool.
flame.
Carl, I'm
So it's
I'm
51, and then I need to do the persistent flaming damage on them. So then the other 2 will take 9 persistent damage. Flame damage.
Actually, that needs to take 9 as well from last time. And then this is 9 persistent damage.
Yep. And then I don't know at what point. I can't remember. Let me check. I think it's.
Does Cascus's and Calcifer's stack? It does, doesn't it? Because they're different sources.
I don't.
That's 3. So 12. Put it on 12.
Oh, I see. He already had some. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's it, if not. Although I doubt mine stacks on mine again.
No, yours doesn't. Yeah, like if they're from
Yeah.
different sources, they stack though.
Okay.
Oh, so that's not 12. That's 9.
At the end of each of your turns. So an aura of fire surrounds. So I've got major curse. I'm just trying to figure this out. An aura of fire. I can't remember. Surrounds you in a 10-foot emanation, dealing 4d6 fire damage. Basic reflex save to all other creatures in the aura at the end of each of your turns. What does that mean? Each of your turns.
Oh, that means when you end your turn, it does that damage.
Okay.
So what extra damage is that?
It's 4d6.
Okay.
These 2. There's a reflex save, basic reflex save though it says, but it doesn't give me a value for it. So I'd assume it would be 33 again.
Yeah, it's just your DC. 20 and 22, so 2 crit fails.
Yeah.
So double.
And then
And double. It's actually resistant to fire by 5, so it takes 5 left.
have you been tracking that across the rest of it?
No, I haven't actually. I need to.
Because everything else is fire.
Okay, I'll just.
And I take 1d6
Remember that.
damage, so I take 2 damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. This one is going to continue to crawl up and is going to engulf inside a bunch of the skellies. Cyan? Sorry, Cyan. You are currently in the middle of a bunch of them. Can Cyan, Henning, and Hagen need to do reflex saves?
Oh. Again, +2 on
Okay.
my reaction.
31.
That's
Thing I did,
nice.
28.
28, that's just a success. And Hagen succeeds. So Henning, that's 11 piercing damage to you. As it's half. Hanira.
I would like to fly up with my. I've got armor that makes me fly, right?
Yep.
Yeah, can I just fly upwards, please?
How far would you like to go?
What's the movement speed on the boots? I don't know.
Well, it's the wings.
Wings, sorry, yeah.
So when you're flying directly upwards, you move at half speed. On your flying speed.
I would like to go like 10 upwards, but like over
Okay.
Hank. So I'm flying over Hank.
Okay, that's fine.
And then
Can I put you just there, just so I can see?
yeah, okay. And then I would like to cast Chain Lightning again.
Okay.
On everyone. Yeah. I'll start at this one next to me.
Okay. 27.
Yeah. That's a fail. Whoa. 36! That's really bad.
Ah, yeah, it's a lot of
Uh,
twos and
That's-
threes.
That's really bad.
Kind of
Okay. Yeah, okay, and the next one. I guess better than nothing.
34 on this
That's a
Titan.
success. It's half damage.
Half damage. It's got 10 resistance to electricity, so it's actually 10.
Yeah,
This
also
one,
got 6.
37,
I hate skeletons.
half damage.
Yeah.
This skeleton infantry gets a 22. That's a crit fail.
Fail.
Double damage. I can hear that car alarm going off again, so annoying. This one, 28. That's a fail, right?
Yeah.
This one, natural 1 for a 19. Crit fail. And then this one, last one, natural 1 for a crit fail. Alright, so these are a lot smaller.
Do I need to make a save for one of them if I'm engulfed?
No,
No, it's
I
fine.
can choose who it goes to.
Oh, thank
Yeah, you're...
Sure.
chose to
One
not
that takes damage.
purposely electrocute him.
Yeah, you can choose to pretend like you can't choose.
There is that thing that if an ally would allow you to bridge the gap between enemies, do you do it?
Yeah. Calcifer.
Okay. So I'm going to dismount from Hank and go over here. This one, go over there, get my shield out, and raise it. And then Hank is going to take a chomp at the one below him.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20.
That's correct.
That is 26 piercing damage.
Hank starts chewing the skeletons up. You can see his tail wagging as he's like in doggy heaven with all the bones around him. 26.
Yep.
That is also piercing, so -10. actually just one left on that.
But yeah,
That's his
that's
turn,
it.
is it?
That's it for
Okay.
moi. That's
Cool.
all my stuff.
All right, Cyan.
Cyan is going to sheath Kaitus's rapier, bring out a torch, I guess, and then he's going to try striking at the skeletons around.
I believe you can switch weapons for one action in the remaster, by the way.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I'll strike once and see how that... 24, I
Okay.
imagine, misses.
Yes. Yes, 24 misses.
I'm going to attempt another strike.
Okay. 29 misses.
Does it count as flanking if you're flanking some of the skeletons with someone?
I'll allow it.
Does it
Yeah,
still
I guess so.
miss?
Yeah, I guess that just hits then. That's fine.
Okay.
16. Minus 10. Oh, no, you're doing slashing. Yeah, that's cool. No, that's fine. Oh, slashing is also just minus. Yeah, it's pretty much. Oh,
Don't you dare.
yeah, it's actually only bludgeoning, which is good against skeletons.
Yeah.
Alright, that's.
Oh,
that's
I forgot to... Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Skeleton infantry are going to attack Hinera and Hank. Oh, actually, is Cascus? No, too far away.
He's right.
That's me
Yeah.
flying up, not.
Oh, of course not.
Flying
So it's just Hank then. Hank, reflex save, please.
Okay. Oh dear.
Natural 1. Crit fail. That is going to be... Ooh, that's 64 piercing damage.
Oof.
Because it was their 3-action attack. Bit crit. You hear Hank yelp as a bunch of spears kind of start piercing into his shades of armor, like the little gaps in it. Alright, you hear Hagen saying, "By breath, by bone, by binding flame, I command you, open!" He is going to do a roll.
Open sesame.
He's trying, bless him.
And you watch as the entire room once again shakes. As the skeleton continue to heal up and go back to their main sizes.
Fuck my life.
And in the other bone pile on the other side, you see rising from it another skeletal titan.
Is the Titan healed, or is they not seem affected?
The titan doesn't seem to be affected.
Okay.
Okay.
If the Titans got healed, I would riot.
Right. This infantry is going to... Oh, actually, there's this one as well. This tiny one. All right, this one's going to attack Hank. Can Hank make a reflex saving throw, please?
34.
34. That is a success. So you're going to be taking 16 piercing damage from that.
Okay.
This one is going to attack Hank and Cascus. Reflex saves, please.
Yep. Crit success.
Crit success for you. Hank, that's a success. That's 17 piercing damage to Hank.
Okay.
This one is going to march up and attack Cascus.
First of all, it takes fire damage because it's where the booties were.
Oh,
Which,
right.
let me just remind myself how much damage it is.
Is that the start of his turn or the end of his turn?
I don't know. I don't know if it matters to you, but I guess it might change the size of them.
Yeah, it does matter because they do different damage depending on how big they are.
Yeah, sure. It just says a creature that moves through one of those spaces takes 3d6 fire damage.
Oh,
and
okay,
that
that's now
the
then,
moment
yeah.
they move through. So, I don't. There's no. I don't. Roll. So it's 13 fire damage.
13. So 8. Alright, can you make a reflex saving throw for me, please?
Mhm. Crit success.
Good success. Cool. Cascus is just like dodging all the spears like a ninja warrior.
They're burning. They're burning up before they touch him.
Alright, this skeletal titan is going to raise its mountain sword as it looms above you, Henning, and is going to.
Has it been my turn since I was last attacked?
No.
Okay. No.
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, it's
Gotta
going
use-
to do.
Okay.
It's going to do a line attack with its mountain slam. Can
Mountains.
can Cascus, Calcifer and Hagen need to do a reflex saving throw? As it brings its sword down, uses 3 actions.
31.
That is a fail, Calcifer. So you take 42 bludgeoning damage. Hagen also failed.
Does shade still apply to this?
Yes. Hagen, you and Hagen are both knocked prone. You're prone. That's 3 actions from the skeletal titan. Alright, this infantry, still lumbering up. Henning is going to engulf you and start to push forward. They are also going to make. You need to do a reflex saving throw for me, please.
Yeah. $38.
That is a crit success. Alright, Henning.
Okay, well, I guess they've eaten me, so I need to try and get them off. I will do a spell strike with telekinetic projectile. 39.
39, that hits, yep.
So that's the sword damage. And this is the. Oh. This is the damage for the tear.
Alright, 25.
I'll recharge spell strike, and then I will hit them. Well, I might as well just hit them again with a normal strike.
Okay.
42.
42. That's a crit.
Just double that, I guess. Then.
Yeah, so 22, so that's 12.
That's annoying that it didn't do that on the first attack.
Alright, this skeletal titan is going to slam its sword down on Calcifer. Just with one action as an attack. 43 to hit.
That hits.
30 damage.
Okay, I will shield block to reduce that to 13, and then the resistance takes care of some more. So it just goes down to 3.
Alright, it's going to do a second attack with its sword as it just sort of slides it down by you and then slams it down again. 29 to hit.
Does not hit.
Alright, and then it's going to just lash out with its other hand to try and slap you. 36 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Cascus.
Okay. I'm gonna do a wall of flames. Where is it? Wall of fire. I can't remember the diameter. 60 foot long, isn't it? And I'm gonna do it in a straight line going this way up into the top. So between. Can you see where my markers are?
Yeah.
So it's taking pretty much everyone
Okay.
in that line.
A wall of fire, is it? Or
Yes, please.
a reflex save then?
Um,
On their turn.
Any creature that crosses the wall or is occupying at the start of its turn takes 46
Okay.
fire damage.
Okay.
And that's
If
3
you-
actions.
Yeah, if you just roll the damage now, I'll apply it at the start of the turn.
Yeah, that's 5d6 actually because it's upcast. Well, no, yeah, it's double 5.
Cool.
Okay,
Just
2,
make note of that then.
23. Cool.
Okay. Is that your
Awesome.
turn? Is that three
Yeah,
actions?
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, is-
Nobody takes any more. Yeah, persistent fire damage, they take that as well, but that's.
Oh,
one of
yeah,
their
do you wanna-
turns, is that in their turns?
That's the persistent fire damage is at the end of their turn, but do you have an aura as well?
I do, but that that is only means that each time a creature within that emanation takes fire damage, it catches on fire, taking persistent. Hold on, 2d. Persistent fire damage. So
Okay.
it's not actually. Actually, hold on, wait. What's the 10-foot ornament? It's actually upcasted heightened +6. I completely missed that, and each time it upcasts +2, the foot emanation increases by 5 feet. So I think it's another 15 feet bigger. Sorry.
It's but 15 feet bigger.
You surround yourself with the heightened value, so +2, increases the persistence. So one of those most focus spells, so it automatically heightens as you level up. Increases the persistent damage by 1d4 in the radius of the emanation by 5 feet. But it says on my little thing I've got heightened +6.
Yeah, so that's every 6 levels, right?
Oh, cool. So I've only got one then. Ignore me. So it's actually it's 5. So it's 15 feet. It is a little bit bigger. It's just one bigger.
Okay.
I don't think it makes a material difference, but
No, that's fine. It makes more sense. So it's 15 feet.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
And then there's the big fireball. Do we need to put that on the map, or we?
So they need to. So they take the damage here. I mean, I can draw it, but it will be underneath the tokens anyway. So I can see where you've put it down.
Okay, I didn't drop anything. I'm
Oh,
just
sorry.
that was just me.
Let me just draw a line.
Thank you.
There you go, it's
Oh
got
dear. Oh dear.
it. Calcifer's not in it though. So
No, he's not.
yeah. Okay. So this one needs to take. Do they need to do a reflex save, or they just take that
It
straight?
doesn't say. It just says they take it.
Okay, 23. Minus 10. Minus 5, sorry. So 18. Yeah, a bit smaller. Alright, their turn. They are going to attack Calcifer. Their spear. Actually, no. They are going to all hurl javelins with 2 actions. And that's going to be a burst within 30 feet of the troop. Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna. Oh, actually, within 30 feet of the troop, they're gonna do a 10-foot burst just at where Hanera is. So Hanera, can you make a reflex save, please?
There we go.
That is a crit success. So
Woo!
you see as all these skeletons aim their javelins and throw them all up at you. You just sort of dodge them out of the way. And that's their turn. Hanera.
I would like to do a 3-action second level heal. Oh, I can place a 30-foot ammunition. I'm not gonna do that. So oh, for God's sake. Why? I've been rolling such bad damage and dice recently. So everyone gets 5 healing, and I'm assuming that if you're within 30 feet, and I'm assuming that the Titans take 5 damage, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, so you did the AoE one.
Yeah,
Alright, so how much damage in total?
5.
5. Within
That
30
was
feet.
worth it. Yeah, but people like Hank and stuff get
Cool.
5.
And it's area
Five.
damage as well, so hopefully.
Is it
Five.
area damage?
I think
Oh,
so.
it's
Oh, it
area
is.
damage.
It is area damage, that's an extra 20, extra 15.
Feels very. But I was thinking of using fireball, but then I decided against it. But now maybe I'll change my mind.
This isn't. Yeah. Okay, so this is just 5. That should be 5, and that should be 5 as well. Oh, and that's 5 as well. Okay. Cool.
Yep, that was a lot. That was a bit disappointing. My 5 damage, but there we go.
5 damage. That's your turn then, yeah?
Fiber optic. Yeah.
Okay, Calcifer.
Okay. How hurt is Hagen at this point? How much damage has he taken?
He's on the floor. He's prone. He's looking okay, but he probably can't take another big hit like that again.
Okay. Gonna walk over to Hagen. Going to raise a shield. Gonna use my.
You were prone, by the way, so you.
Oh, sorry. Get up,
you
walk
got-
over,
Okay.
raise a
Are
shield.
you still hastened? So that should
Yes.
be free action, right?
Yep, and I have a thing that allows me to cast a thing once a day. So once a day, Braces of Devotion, I can activate it, free action, to gain 1 focus point, which I can use to cast Champion Devotion spell this turn. So I will use that focus point to use Lay on Hands on Hagen. And he heals for 42 and gets 2 AC for 1 round.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. Alright, he's looking much better.
And then Hank is gonna just move to here. Just gonna be a bit more imposing between Hagen and the Titan. And
Okay.
that's it for me.
Cool. Cyan.
Cyan. Okay. Hang on. Just a moment. I needed to refresh because Hagen wasn't showing up on my map again.
That's okay.
It's loading. It's taking a while to load, mind. Up there we are. Is Hagen on the ground still?
Yeah.
Okay. Can Cyan use his hasted action to hit at the people near him?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, nat 20.
Nice. That's a crit. -28 minus. Oh no, yeah, -10.
And then Cyan's going to run over to Hagen.
Okay.
And then he's going to try and kind of lift him up so that he can just get right back onto that special ritual we need doing.
Okay. You want to use an action for that?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll allow it.
And I think that's me.
Cool. 25 feet up as well. Okay, dokie. Alright, this skeleton infantry is going to hurl javelins. You, Cyan, reach down and pull Hagen up. He says, "Thank you." And begins to get back to his book, and then you begin to see a burst of javelins coming towards you. So, can Calcifer, Cyan, Hagen, and Hank make reflex saving throws, please? Calcifer, crit success. Hank, crit success. Cyan, crit success. And Hagen
Is prone again.
Hagen, that's a fail.
Glimpse of Redemption to reduce.
Only take. Okay. How much does it reduce it by?
16.
Oh, he takes nothing then.
And this guy's enfeebled 2 if they weren't already, and 3 persistent
Cool.
spirit damage.
Okay, so that goes to 12.
Glimpse of Redemption is really good.
It's most of my class.
Yeah, Hagen is like looking at the javelins flying towards him, and then you suddenly just raise your shield in front of him. A whole bunch of shield, bunch of arrows just pin into your shield, and you just, like in 300, just use your Dawnweaver to just knock him off.
If it was only one spear, I could block more.
Right, Hagen gets right back to it. Ancients beneath and stars above, break this veil of shadow. He's going to do a check.
What a cutie.
Natural 20. You watch as he says that, a crack of magical lightning just shoots down and just splits the sarcophagus in half with a. You watch as it sort of almost the lid of it is torn asunder. Hagen says, "Help me open it. We need to get to Vesh." That's his turn. You begin to feel the room rumbling once more. Just
Hello.
healing them.
Alright.
Sorry, just healing the skeletons.
Actually, no. How?
And as you look down into the crack into the sarcophagus, suddenly a spirit of some sort shoots up out the top, and begins to whirl around the ceiling, howling in kind of like a shrill voice. And you see a banshee appear.
I was concerned for a second there that was Vesh.
Oh.
Nyx says, "Cover your ears." I'm just going to roll initiative for the Banshee.
So this was like a ruse? I'm confused.
No, there's just a spirit there's like the last guard of the sarcophagus is sort of coming out to help.
I see.
Help us, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Just bear with me a sec. All right. You begin to hear the Banshee wail as it flies up into the air. I'll give you a turn. I'll give you a round before the effect happens. So it's flying 30 feet up. This skeleton infantry is going to attack Hank. Can Hank make a reflex saving throw? Uh, 24. That's a fail. That's 31 piercing damage. Yeah, 31 piercing damage to Hank.
Okay.
And then they take 3 damage.
Hank's starting to look hurt.
This one is going to attack Cascus. Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Yarp. 28, but remember it's a crit. Success is a success.
28 is a success, so yep, crit success.
Pretty good.
This one is going to attack you again. Can you make another reflex saving throw for me, please?
Yeah. 36. Actually, I need to hold on.
Okay.
So... Oh, I forgot to do my so on. Is this the enemy, the skeleton's turn? Ignore me, say.
It's
We'll do it at the end of your turn.
Oh yeah, this one needs to take damage actually.
They need to. So yeah, I'm on fire now. So what was it? 4d6, I think.
It's 5d6 from the.
Yeah.
There was Wall of Fire as well.
There's Wall of Fire, and then there's also the Major Curse effect.
Oh right.
But I think that's my team turn, but I forgot it. But oh.
Guys,
very least this
I'm
one
gonna
is
have to
a-
split.
Okay.
Something's come up.
Okay, we'll be done, and we'll be done after this turn then. All right. We'll get to you,
Alright.
and then we'll end.
Okay.
All right. The skeletal titan is going to bring its sword down on you, Calcifer.
Okay.
Is it going to reach you? It can't reach you. 25 feet reach. 28 to hit. That misses.
Nope, critical miss.
Okay. It's going to attack Hank. 38 to hit Hank.
38 does hit Hank.
Okay.
And I will Glimpse of Redemption this.
Okay, 36 damage to Hank.
Okay. In fact, I will Glimpse of Redemption and Shield Block this. So that'll be reduced by 33. How much damage was that?
36.
Okay, so in total he will take nothing with Chase Steel. And they are enfeebled too, and are taking the persistent damage.
Cool.
Oh no.
Just... I'm just trying to find like a kind of wailing look thing. Oh, that's a bit too much.
It's intense. Flashbang!
Coming from the Banshee. Alright, and then the third attack. Natural 20 for 36 on Hank.
That hits.
And that's a crit. I see.
So it'll be a crit, yeah.
So that's 60 damage.
Okay. I will do a normal Glimpse of Redemption on that to reduce it by 16. So that's down
Okay.
to 44. So he takes 34.
Alright. This skeleton infantry is going to attack you, Cyan. Can you make... Oh, and Calcifer and Hagen. It can just reach Calcifer, sorry. Yeah. So reflex saving throws. Oh, and Henning as well. I'll do a save for Cyan.
Oh no.
29.
Oh, you asked her. 29.
Oh yeah, because you said you'd get around to me
Okay,
and then we'd...
that's cool. All right. So Cyan 29. That is a success. So crit success. Calcifer natural 1. That is a crit fail. Henning crit success. Hagen crit success. So Calcifer, you take 46 piercing damage.
Okay.
Okie dokie. All right, Henning.
I'll just try fending off more of these skelly boys while people do things. Just spell strike with Tentacles projectile on the one that's eating me.
This is I'm kind of imagining a bunch of Space Marines fighting Necrons here. This is just what it feels like to fight Necrons. 31. That just hits.
Nice. Damage. Damage.
33.
Recharge spell strike. And then I'll actually take a step back. Using a stride. Is it stride?
That's a disengage. What's it called?
Hang on,
Step.
what do you-
Step.
what can you do?
Step is one step back, and then stride is like up to your movement.
Just hang on, just checking what you can actually do. Oh, okay, no, I can't then. I thought you could step back with haste. Apparently not. I'll just do an attack then.
You can do just like a normal move, but you
Yeah.
can't do a disengage.
They haven't
can still
opportunity
attack.
attacked. They haven't opportunity attacked when we moved yet.
Yeah, okay, I'll just move back then. I'll move back next.
I'll move you. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that your turn then? Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. This skeletal titan is going to. It's going to throw a bunch of bone debris. So, one at Calcifer.
Can it see through the wall of fire?
You can sort of see over the top of it. It's quite
Oh.
tall.
Okay.
Second one, well, that's a natural one. I'm sorry, Mrs. Calcifer. Second one, 27 on Hagen. That's a miss. And then third one is going to go at Cyan.
Nimble dodge.
33 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. It just starts throwing stuff at you. Caskets.
What? The light's gone really weird.
Yes,
Did
the
it
business
take
damage
the-
she way in the process of about to
Yes.
weigh
Did that take the wall of fire damage as well?
It just,
up. No.
yeah, sorry. So all of fire damage they take.
How much is that again?
It was. Let me scroll up. It was. I have to take a note on my.
I want to say
notes.
26.
It was 26. Yeah.
26 minus 10 for that, so 16.
Hold on. 26. Cool. Yeah, 26. I think the rest of the damage is happening on my turn. So the guys to the bottom, they didn't take that. My turn. So the spell I was going to cast, I was thinking of at the moment, was to use this new thing I got, this feat, which means I can just basically do another free focus spell without it causing me to knock up. So I'm going to use Whirling Flames once more time on the one above, below, and to the right. If that's all right.
Okay. Do you say reflex save?
Yep. 33 basic, please.
Okay. 25, 28, and 33. So
So
2
basic.
fails and a success.
Yes, that's 30 that time.
Minus 5.
And they're all gonna they take the persistent fire damage which is 9 each.
Yeah.
They're gonna take the flame thing, which was, let me see, I did it every turn. 45 for 46. They're gonna take another 15 each. I take 1d6. I take 2 damage. Did you do
Right,
that?
I'm gonna get going. Be
Okay,
right
no
back.
problem.
I mean,
Right.
not be right back, but I'll be gone.
We'll
See ya.
finish after Calcifer then. Alright, that's fine. We'll finish for today after Calcifer.
So,
Okay.
yep. So did they all take the 15? Yeah, they did. They did. That's fine. The boots, the one below me, does that still take boots damage? Because the fire's still on that spot.
Boots.
I think so. I believe
Oh,
it's
Or
when
is
it
when they-
moves
is it
through
when
it.
they move
It's when they
through it?
move. Yeah, they haven't moved yet.
Okay, fine. No worries. That's that.
And they're kind of always moving to attack.
Sure.
At least. They're not like striding around. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's. I got one action. I think I'll just pass it. I don't want to move really. I don't need to. Yeah, I think that's the end of his. And if the fire damage is all over the place, there's a lot of damage going out.
All right. This skeleton infantry.
That's gonna take the firewall one.
Yeah. So that's what, 26?
Yeah. Anything
25?
else? 26.
It is going to.
Do any of them get smaller? So I don't know if you were changing them when that was going on.
Oh, this one
They,
should.
they just regen their health every round, anyways.
Yeah, this one should be
I
smaller.
suppose they have to move though, right? To be
They
able
do
to
actually do less
accommodate.
They do actually do less damage if they're smaller. So.
Mm.
No, that one. No, that's it. That's it. For
But they
those.
get their health back at the top of the round, and then
Yeah.
most of them go before us. So
Yeah.
doesn't
so
really
it's
do a
really
lot.
worth it.
Luck of the draw, I'm afraid. Okay, so this one's gonna lower spears. Oh, actually, no. They're just gonna throw their javelins at Henera again. Henera, can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Yeah. Aww.
Natural 1. You take 30 piercing damage. That's his turn.
Well, that somewhat changes what I was gonna do with my turn.
Right, Henera.
Actually no, I'm gonna cast level 5. Does it chuck them at me even though I'm flying in the air?
Yeah, because it's a burst. They can sort of just aim within
Mm.
10 feet of a square, basically.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast level 5 fireball on this one. I do it on both of these guys, but it's mostly on this guy.
Okay. Reflex saves.
Yeah.
How many are affected by that then? Just those two.
There's those two, yeah.
That's 39 and a natural 20 for 38 on the skeleton infantry.
Both
So
successes.
that's a
So you take
success
half
and then
damage.
well, it's a success and then crit success on the skeleton infantry because they got a natural 20.
I thought you said it was 38 though. Oh, is that not adding
Yeah,
the 10? Okay.
it's 38, but because they got an natural
I
20, it's
see.
one higher. And, wait, your DC is what, less than that, right?
33.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's Titan takes half damage, and then it takes 10 less because it's resistant. So
Oh.
it actually only takes 9 damage out of that.
I didn't.
So yeah, like a
notice
huge
the fire.
fireball goes off.
Damn it.
Everyone seems to be fine.
And then I'm gonna battle medicine myself.
Okay.
And I will just. Oh no. Treat wounds. Let me get the chart up. I always have to get the chart up because I cannot remember. So I have medicine plus 20. And I have assurance, so 2d8 plus 30. Ah, I forgot to. Sorry, guys. 43 healing for me.
Battle medicine, everyone. Alright, that's your turn.
Yep.
Alright, Calcifer.
Okay, I'm going to cast Heal Animal on Hank. That's 82 healing to him.
Okay.
Cannot read properties of unidentified reading callback. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, he heals. Then I shall. Oh, there's kind of 3 options here.
Hagen is hinting to you to help him open the sarcophagus.
Yeah. Well, there's either covering my ears, raising my shield, or pushing the sarcophagus. I'll push the sarcophagus.
Okay.
So
Make
athletics.
an athletics check for me, please.
Cool.
It's DC 30.
Okay, that is very. Okay, 39.
Nice. Grabbing one hold of the one side of the sarcophagus and just shoving with all your might, it begins to slide off. Hagen says to you, "Don't look down. Don't look down. Whatever you do, it'll drive you crazy."
Okay, I don't look down.
Okay.
And then
Anything
Hank
else?
Hank is gonna take a bite out of the guy to the right.
Okay.
35 on the big guy.
35. That is a hit.
Okay, that is 17 piercing damage.
Okay, so minus 10.
And I will move through to here so that I'm. Well, actually, that doesn't really do much, but I'm here now. That's fine.
Cool.
That's for me.
All right. Right, we're going to end here then for today. So Zach isn't here now.
Okay.
So we'll finish up next time. As you've pushed open the sarcophagus, and Hagen is getting ready to cast the last part of the spell to hopefully destroy Vesh. And there's also Banshee wailing, so we'll see how that goes next time. All right, so thanks for playing, everyone.
All right, thanks for running,
Thanks for running, man.
Thanks.
and
Thanks for the guy.
see you next time, cooler kids.